Hello, everybody. And firstly, thank you very much for inviting us here. Secondly, maybe I would say I'm happy to live in this technology paradigm as being a representative of AAC Microtec. We are doing satellites. I came to the company in the beginning of this year, and I have made a couple of early observations which I would like to share with you. And we will come back to that when we look into the radar profile. One of these early observations I made was that this is a company, small company, 27 employees, roughly 4 million in revenue last year, but growing. One of the early observations I made was that you used the word shotgun. We were all over the place. A great ambition, wanting to do everything. And we are using that metaphor of shotgun in the company, and now we say, now we're doing it again the shotgun way. Let's be focused. So I will come back to that during this brief presentation. I will guide you through first a little bit about the company. We are acting in satellite business, and actually we are one of these satellites which were launched from the ISS is with our products inside, proudly. And I will give a short company overview. This picture is actually representing a little bit the path we would like to take in the future. We are, as I said, into many different areas, microelectronics, sensors, a lot. But primarily, this is the path we would like to take. Moving from being a component supplier to be some type of product supplier, to be a satellite subsystem supplier, even satellite integrations, and who knows, as a vision for the future, the Internet of Things, being communicating with satellites, sensors, cameras, and all those kind of things. So with this in mind, I will go through into this presentation and reflect back a little bit to it later with reference to the radar profiles. Some base data: we are founded 2005 as a spin-off from Uppsala University. The full name of the company is AAC, stands for Ångströms Aerospace Corporation Microtechnology AB. A little bit long, so some people just call us AAC. So we have some unique things in the company. One of the unique things are not, or there are technology things which are unique, but another thing I would like to highlight is that we have unique cooperations. NASA, ESA, JAXA in Japan. It's quite extraordinary for this type of company. And that relates very much to individual relationships built up early on in the company history, which we would like to thrive on in the future business development, of course. We are providing solutions for the environmental challenges in space. As you can imagine, it's cold, it's warm, it's irradiation, it's vibration. All those things has to be solved you have like computers as we are providing in the space. And we have some special capabilities in the company. We are good in making things very small and packaging it in a very diligent way. And therefore it's light and has a small volume, and it also withstands irradiation. Those kind of technical capabilities are in the company. Without getting into any details, I'll move on. I'll make it rather brief. So this is the radar profile we got after these 2 years. And what does it look like? Shotgun, maybe. Symmetric is a more positive word. Defocus is a more negative word. But we have a slight tendency to be on the offering side. As many, as we saw earlier, as many of the Nordic companies seems to be. I just want to make a personal reflection. I think something has to do with semantics. We had a hard time to grasp the channel partnership thing, and I heard somebody ask the same question, so maybe that could be something to reflect on. The Americans seems to be more into understanding the value of partnership than our Nordic colleagues. That's just a personal thing. But anyway, so our company, we have been in the phase of, or more like offering solutions to the market. And during the year, we tried to make some type of focusing areas on processes, and maybe you can see that slightly a little bit in the end here, the survey trees, which actually, I think that was from June this year. We get some of the processes more in place. But we know exactly what phases we would like to take from now on. We would like to, I will move directly to that one. This is the short-term focus, very boring, dull, traditional, but that's where we are in the company. And we don't aim to do that focus or that profile more than a short period of time. Actually, we started this, let's say, June this year, or May, and we'll continue. Hopefully, we will have it in good place like in March, April. As we had a big difficulty to actually release the products. We had a lot of technology platforms, expanding the platforms more and more and more. But the products, releasing the products to get them sellable to the customers has been a big step for us. So that has been a number one mandatory step for us to take. And get working processes in place. It's very easy to, in a small size company like 27 people, to get people burned out, working all over the place. So efficiency is a very important thing. Management has been changed all over the time. So during the years, now we have a new management since this year, and we have a clear vision of what we would like to do with the company. And after doing these things, which is kind of a fundamental things to do, we would like to move into the value capture phase, communication, and solution customer needs will be focused areas. And you can imagine when we would like to move into offering satellite platforms and integration of satellites, maybe local in the US and in Japan as well, we need to have a very clear communication strategy for those objectives we have. So that will be the step after this one. And I think actually that's my presentation.
But that's a good presentation.
Thank you.
All right, so any questions regarding space? One over here.
Yeah, Tor Nordby from Interforum. Very focused presentation, excellent. To your last focus innovation radar.
Yep.
One of the things we have struggled with, I find, in the processes in the companies is what do you actually do when you say you will give priority to process and product?
Yeah.
Are you going to increase efforts, or are you going to be extremely innovative?
Both. Actually,
both.
Very diplomatic answer, isn't it? But number one is we have to map where we are today. Do we have processes? Maybe some processes. Do we need processes? Yes, we need here and we need there. Do we need to do it in a certain way, adapting it to our company? Yes, we have to do that. And that maybe the innovative part comes in. Because we are a set of people, all companies are of course, but a set of people with some unique characters. And it's a small company, I don't like to just implement some, should I say, standard processes running over people's ambitions and wills and so on. So we have to be quite innovative to implement it, yes.
Another question. You showed the 3 radars, which are the results of the interviews that have been conducted in your company.
Yeah.
Did they deviate much from where you intended to be in the second and the third phase of the innovation process?
Actually, I don't think so. When looking back to it, I wasn't there, not even the CEO was there, but we were, of course, talking to the people in the company and looking back to it. I think it was quite ambitious to be all over the place. And we had to do this, we had to do that in all these areas. So I think the result was not unexpected at all. But I think it's very important to make the active choice to not be all over the place. And I would say that is a generic recommendation almost for small companies.
Know why you're focusing on just 3 instead of being unsure of why you have chosen.
Well, it's mostly a way of internally communicating it. Because in reality, everybody knows we cannot ignore the other things. We're working maybe too much even though with the others. But that's a way of communicating that now. The focus is to get the product portfolio clear. Now it's important that we get the process working, and we're not going to make corridor decisions on these important things, like these very fundamental things. But it could be a helpful way of communicating internally.
Yeah, it's a conversational tool more.
Yes, right.
Good. And give a hand to Ulf Sundström.
Thank you.